but there was a manner of the defeat against Everton and some of those and the tactical decisions and how many defenders we were playing, how many defenders we were substituting, the risk averseness. Then you had the comments about Kobe Mainoo and some of the academy players, and it just started to feel like, does he get it?
Hello, welcome to Stretford, Paddock. This is Uncensored. My name is Joe. That is Adam McKola. And Adam, we like to have a sort of light-hearted, jokey, fun kind of atmosphere when it comes to Uncensored. And actually, you know what? Maybe we'll have that. But it's big, big news today. Ruben Amorim sacked by Manchester United. First time speaking to you about it. Just to start with, what are your thoughts? How are you feeling?
I had a little bit of a lie-in today. So I woke up after the news had broke. I think it broke at like 10 o'clock and I woke up at like 11, I think it was. Um, and I was shocked, to be honest. Like, I didn't
Yeah.
expect to see it, like, because I just had a notification, Man United sack Amorim. I didn't expect to see that, although then in hindsight, when you look back over the last couple of days, or even the last couple of weeks, really, and you look at the fact that, because I don't think this was down to results. I think results played a part in it, and I think results have made Amorim's position one where he can't really speak out against the board, right?
Mm.
And I think that's what he did in his final press conference. Um, I think he maybe knew that something was going to happen. Apparently, they had a meeting on Friday, himself and Jason Wilcox, and there seems to be a breakdown between those two. And if he kind of went into that meeting, a meeting which Jason Wilcox was assuming was going to be positive, and he's kind of lost his rag with a few decisions, whether that's there seemingly was money available to get Semenyo, right? There was seemingly money available if the right deal could be struck for Baleba. And if he's asking for other signings and they're not coming with them, then he's going to be in a position of frustration because he's missing a lot of players at the moment. And, United obviously need players in certain positions. So you can see where his frustration would come from. You can also see, well, actually, you can't see what the board are thinking because the board ultimately are in a position where if you're going to back this manager, back him properly, right? So I'm not saying give him full control of the transfer policy because that's where a lot of issues came with Eric Ten Hag. But if there's money available for Semenyo and Baleba and there's a signing that he believes that we could make in the summer that is available now, then we should probably go for it because we need to improve our team. But then the results have been bad, even when the full squad's been available. And I just think it's been a breakdown between those guys, his vision. He was probably promised a few signings or a signing or two in January. That's not come out. I think Jason Wilcox, there was the talk there earlier on in, sorry for waffling as well,
No,
earlier
I
on in
wouldn't. I want your thoughts.
earlier on in Amorim's tenure, which was that Amorim's appointment was a Barada-driven appointment, and Jason Wilcox was unsure that, as a man that's responsible for transfer activity, he wasn't sure whether the 3-4-3 was the correct thing, right?
Yeah.
So if he's been against the idea of signing the manager from the start, then you could see where friction would later come if he's like not sure on making certain signings or not sure on the formation. And then that kind of made me think, the change that we saw from Amorim to a back four, was that driven by him, Wilcox? Was
Mm.
that Wilcox putting him in a position where maybe he said, this back three is not working, we need to change something up? I think going back to a back four. And then in that conversation, it's been, well, I'll go to a back four, and if I can get a Semenyo type signing, which would help me out. That signing hasn't happened. He's gone, fuck
Mm.
this, I'm going back to my back three, which we saw in the next game, didn't we? We saw he kind of changed. He just changed back to what he did previously, and that could have been a reaction to, right, I'm going to honor my side of the deal, but you haven't honored your side of the deal, so fuck it, the deal's off. You
Mm.
know what I mean? And
Yeah.
again, um, all of these things that I'm saying don't reflect well on Ineos. Ineos have come in. They weren't sure on Ten Hag. They backed him. They allowed him to spend 200 million. Then they sacked him. Then they brought in a manager in Ruben Amorim, whom they alluded to the fact and said that it was a collaborative effort. Everybody was involved. the manager was going to be involved with them. It was going to be a great relationship, right? Then you get Dan Ashworth leaving, arguably, possibly linked to the appointment of the manager. You got Jason Wilcox, who arguably didn't want the manager at the start or wasn't sure about it. Then he does come in, and now he has to work with him. It's like, what happened to these promises of football people doing football things? And I think ultimately, I had my doubts about whether Ruben Amorim was going to work in the long term. I wasn't happy with a lot of the results, and most importantly, the performances. It never felt like there was any real proper improvement, given the fact we were playing one game a week. But he's been failed by the board, and he's not the first manager to be failed by the board. And the fingers and eyes and questions need to start being directed towards them now, because this is their I know Ten Hag was in place when they got there, but they backed him.
Yeah.
Did he sign a new contract under them?
The activated that 1-year extension in his deal.
Yeah, and then they spent all that money, and then they sacked him, and then they bring in a manager halfway through a season when he didn't want to come in halfway through a season.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just alarm bells ringing, really. And then you go, I've seen some reports that Ratcliffe, right, isn't a football man, or like he doesn't really get football. And I don't mind that, right, as long as he's not pretending to know football.
Yeah,
because he's appointed people that he assumes knows the gig, right?
Yeah.
So him not knowing football isn't the big deal it is, unless he's trying to act like he does. And I think the appointments that he's made in those people below him, they need to start earning their money. Like, we need to start evaluating what they're doing now. And I think we've seen a lot of issues kind of like, if you're going to back a manager, right, or you're going to back a project, and you've not sacked him, you have to still continue a working relate. You can't then just burn the relationship down. Like, it doesn't. It's like you've tried to it's kind of like do you want him or not? Because if you don't, then get rid, which they've obviously done. But it seems like this was a reaction to them kind of breaking the relationship between them and Amorim, and maybe like there being a separation, and he's gone, this isn't what was promised, right? And he's flipped out over it. So I don't think it was down to results, which it could have been down to results on a number of occasions, and it hasn't been. So now he speaks out against the board, and he's gone. I don't know. Sorry for rambling.
No, it's one of them, innit? There's so many things to go through and think through and look at. It is mad, and I do think I agree with you that the timing of it isn't a coincidence, is it? We've had bad results for most of the last 14 months. And it's the 2 days after you speak out against the ownership and the board that you get sacked. It's not the results, is it? The only thing that's changed here. Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah. If you look at the pre-match presser, maybe I was thinking, but yeah, 1 day after that, it's mental. And also, like you said, with the results and backing him and all that, bringing him in midway through last season has killed him. It's absolutely killed him, because when you look at the lists of like his results, his win ratio, is all this sort of stuff, so much of it is damaged by how bad we were last season. And obviously he's not completely exempt from that. He was still the manager. You still should do better with that team than he did. But he didn't want to be here then. If he was new to this club this summer, and we were sixth now in the exact same position, the league had gone the exact same way, he would never be sacked now. There's no way he would have been sacked. He would have got this season no matter what. But instead, he had his reputation damaged by the first half of his tenure before this season, and then it was finished off this season. Even though we'd improved, whether you think we've improved enough or not, that's anyone can have a different interpretation. If you think it's not good enough, I get it. But all these numbers of percentages and this, that, and the other, most of that came from last season when he didn't want to be here anyway. And my worry is that we might do the same thing to the next manager. Because you've got to look forward a little bit now as well. And I think Glasner's name's been mentioned the most sort of heavily. People in the Telegraph and other outlets saying that like he seems to be the most favoured amongst a few. So it's no guarantee by any means. But I look at Glasner and I have a lot of worries as well, because he plays three at the back. The system that so many people say won't work at Man United.
I think he's a little bit more... I've read some of his thoughts. It's a risk, of course it is. I've read some of his thoughts on his tactics and style. He's not so wed to a formation as Amorim appeared to be.
Yeah, but the thing is, Amorim said it wasn't until it was. For Palace as well, for the last two seasons, this season and last season, have had like one of the lowest possessions in the league. And maybe that's because of the players and that's all you can get out of them and counter-attack and all that. But when you come to Man United, you can't have, as Palace have this season, less possession of the ball than Wolves. So he has to change that part of his managerial style. I don't think you can get away with a 43%, 42% possession at Man United.
Yeah, of course not.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just
What do you think of
I haven't
Glasner?
really thought about the next manager. I
No.
like Glasner. I think he's done an incredible job at Palace, and he did an incredible job previously in Germany. But at the same time, I liked the idea of Ruben Amorim. Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
Manchester United does weird things to people, and it makes managers do crazy things. The manager that's talking to me the most, or I seem to like the idea of the most, and this might be an ill-informed, just gut instinct, but Xavi's the one that
Mm.
I feel drawn to a little bit. But I haven't really thought about it. I'm still kind of in that sad stage you have when a manager gets sacked.
Yeah.
Now, look, I think there's a lot of questions about Ruben Amorim, and I've had them quite openly on this show. I've been quite fucking down about it all because it's
You've
so
been a bit
depressing.
down at your last few
And
weeks.
look, I was someone that loved the idea of Amorim. I actually really like him as a person, as a man. Like every time I hear him speak and stuff like that, and I thought him getting it right. I think he had the right charisma and presence to kind of, if it was right, I think he would have handled himself as a Man United manager
Yeah.
really well. Um, but ultimately, the results weren't good enough, and I wrote off last season, so I'm not basing it off last season. Maybe that Spurs final is a little bit in my mind from last season, but apart from that, like
Mm.
I kind of wrote off last season very early, and it did get really bad. It was all based on this season. It just felt like there was no real visible progression in the team style of play and the team getting better at what they were doing. We were failing against really, really poor sides to get wins at home when it felt like it had clicked. Like, that period of 5 games where I know we should have beat Forest and Spurs, but we beat Liverpool, Sunderland, Brighton, and you
Yeah.
think, oh, this has clicked. And then you look ahead to the games and you go Wolves, West Ham, Bournemouth, all these teams at home, Everton, and you think, yeah, we're going to go on a run now. And you see everyone else dropping points, and like, I can take a few drop points here and there. The Leeds game, you can take that, but there was a manner of the defeat against Everton and some of those and the tactical decisions and how many defenders we were playing, how many defenders we were substituting, the risk averseness. Then you had the comments about Kobe Mainoo and some of the academy players, and it just started to feel like, does he get it? Is
Yeah.
is he good enough in the long term to be made? Like, you then started to have. I was having those questions, despite the fact I still liked him. I'd have liked to have seen him turn it around, but I think he's as responsible as the board, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, looking at the board a little bit, do you get the feeling that they not don't know what they're doing? And I think Barada's obviously done good things at City. Wilcox has done decent things at City and did well at Southampton and stuff. So at least it's not just bankers and
But
United
Barada
sort
at
of in
City
hiring.
was part of a functional
Yeah.
City had whatever means they got it by. They built something there that was set up for modern day football. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Barada's coming at Manchester United at the start of like this project or whatever it is to kind
Yeah.
of build what's, I hate to say it, but kind of what City and those other clubs have. And it's harder to be there from the ground up than to kind of join a fully functioning winning team.
In, are you worried about them lot then? Because this is the second
Yeah,
season in a row where we've backed a manager and then sacked him around Christmas.
I
Like
can like the
2 years.
idea of, yeah, we were crying out for directors of football and all these kind of people in these positions. We need to do that. And I don't believe giving the manager full say on everything is the correct way, although I believe he should have a big say.
Yeah.
Um, it's the right idea, isn't it? It's not
Yeah.
like, when we were getting it wrong with Ed Woodward, it's like John Murta and all these, you're like, what? I could have told you that would fail.
Yeah.
It's like at least with this, we're trying to do the right things, but ultimately you're making mistakes, and they've got to own those mistakes. They've got to speak out about those mistakes. Like every time we hear from the manager, and you see the manager cracking up. And I seen someone comment on Twitter that people like Jason Wilcox and that they should do press conferences sometimes
Yeah.
because most of the questions managers get are about
Yeah.
transfers, this and that, and
Especially in
apparently
January.
they're not responsible for them. So if you're saying that he's a head coach and his job is to just coach the team, and all these questions are going to be about things out of his remit, then just fucking bring him down and let him face the fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I do think that if you're going to start making managers like head coaches and you're going to take away some of the power of them, then those that have that power have to be as vocal and as as you know as like accountable for their decisions. Like they have to be held
Yeah.
accountable for their decisions. Like it's just makes sense. Like I do feel sorry for Amorim. He was under a lot of pressure, man. We
And
don't
by the
realize
end,
how it must feel to be Man United manager.
no,
And
it's
like
mad.
this is what
It's
I said
mad.
on the watch along the other day. I was like, and I understand I'm one of these people. I was like, what if we are just in the middle of a like,
Yeah.
what if this is just how it looks like? But then you do go, fuck, worst win rate ever,
Yeah.
ever.
I think there's a couple of managers who are worse.
Like Premier League, sorry,
Premier League,
in
yeah.
my
But
lifetime.
I think there's only three worse in the history of Man United, to be fair. So it's not hugely a huge endorsement of Amorim. I don't understand some of it personally. I don't think that they wanted it to happen like this. I think that I don't think it's to do with the results. I don't believe that. I think it's to do with obviously the results are at a point where you can sack him without it being too crazy. If we were first and we sacked him over a little tiff, then that would be mad. You're sixth and you've struggled, especially like you said at home recently. You can get away with sacking him, but I think it's because he spoke out against him. And if that's going to happen, then you have to think about your next manager. All right, who are they? How much more do you walk down the line of just someone who's happy to sit there and nod along with everything that Wilcox and Barada says? Because I think Glasner spoke out quite publicly, critically of Palace's board only a few months ago, talking about how they need to have more ambition and they need to go for it more. They've lost all these players, they need to push on. So if Glasner comes in, is himself, says something like that, is he sacked? Like, at what point are you just bringing in someone that has got no personality, no interest, no passion for Manchester United? Otherwise, they're gone as well. Because if that's the case, then we can't sign Glasner. Do you know what I mean? Or are you going to expect to
Ultimately,
change him?
if it's a working relationship, and again, Amorim's not only the one to blame here. In fact, he probably has less blame than the others. But if it is a working relationship, that doesn't happen. You don't have managers blowing up in press conferences.
Hmm.
So ultimately, you have to focus on there being a proper working relationship in it. You have to make sure that relationship's strong. Otherwise, that's what you're going to see. If it's not as
Yeah.
collaborative as managers are being promised, and it's not as, you'll feel like you're getting. If let's say he was told to change his formation,
Yeah.
that could still be untrue, right? Because he kind of owned it a lot in the press conferences, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
He owned it a lot.
Yeah.
But then if you're on the same page with Wilcox at that point because you think I'm getting Semenyo or something,
Yeah.
then you would own it, right? I don't know. Are we doing conspiracy theories here? Like it's
I
just,
mean, it is a little
I
bit
know I'm
conspiracy.
just trying to pinpoint where this relationship has broken down because it clearly isn't the reason. That's clearly the reason why he's got sacked.
Yeah. I mean, there was, what was it, footage about a month ago, maybe a little bit over, but not long ago, of him and Jason Wilcox stood on Stockport train station platform, pissing themselves, sort of punching each other in the arm like kids in the playground, clearly getting on
Oh
well,
yeah.
like in a way that, obviously you can have a laugh with someone you don't love, but you don't laugh like that, bent over, pissing yourself with someone that the relationship has broken down. You're not getting bent over by someone you don't like, although, maybe that's not entirely true. But you know what I mean? That's
uncensored. There it is.
Yeah, exactly. There's a little bit. There's got to be a little bit. That footage of them two is clearly two people whose relationship at that time wasn't where it is now. So what's happened in the meantime? Like you said, was there a hint? We're gonna sort you out in January. AFCON, plus these injuries, plus the fact the squad needs to improve anyway, we'll sort you out. And then now, actually, Belaber's not going to work. Semenya's going to City. We can't sort you out anymore. Maybe it is as simple as that. But then you think, for both sides, that's not a huge thing to end a manager's career over, is it? You know, you didn't get Semenya or Belaber.
If you've got Wilcox who wasn't sure, and you've got the results as a backdrop as well.
Yeah. And also, like you said, Amorim said how many times, if I change the system because of outside pressure, I'm dead. So maybe he changed the system because of outside pressure, because he thought he was going to get a new winger, a new midfielder where he can play three in the middle, four at the back, and then he can't, and now he's dead because he's abandoned his principles and he's not getting the sort of return that he expected for doing so. I don't know. It is all conspiracy, and I'm sure we're going to get the Laurie Whitwell mega piece whipped out in front of us. I love
Laurie Whitwell's mega piece.
Yeah, me too. And he said he'll hopefully be on the channel this week as well, so he can talk to us and explain exactly what's gone on. But for now, where we are just speculating and all we see is the evidence in front of us, something's clearly bad. Something bad has clearly happened over the last 10 days, hasn't it? Or 2
How
weeks.
do they... What is satisfactory for you? Right. What do you want to see from the board now?
I think we need to see Barada maybe over quotes and an interview with Wilcox where he comes out and tells us what's happened and why we shouldn't be worried. You almost need them to come out and play mum and dad a little bit. Tell us why. Here's what we've done, and here's why you lot should accept it. And you'll have your criticisms, whatever. But here's why we think Man United are still on course to win the league in 2028, despite this, and why that needs to be one thing. The other thing we need to do
What about actions-wise?
Well, yeah, I think the Darren Fletcher thing makes sense. That seems like it's going to be short term, and then it's going to be caretaker till the end of the season. Well, he makes the most sense to take over for the game.
If you're going to make
days.
Also crazy that he's got his two sons there as well. That's mental.
Imagine he plays them both from the start and just fucking go.
I respect it. I mean,
would you?
So I'd do the same thing. There's still something to be had this season.
Yeah, massively.
So what?
Same points as Chelsea and fifth.
But is it not?
Champions League last season?
Is it not mental to just let Darren Fletcher do it?
Well, I think that's the thing. I think it's going to be Fletcher for this game, maybe the game at the weekend, and then we're supposedly bring
Ollie back to the end of the season. You know?
Would you?
Yeah.
I'd be too much for me that.
He'd walk to Old Trafford.
Yeah, he would. But then at what point are you making a man walk to Old Trafford?
No, just till the end of the season.
But I mean that even metaphorically. What are we dragging him through here? He cried when he left. It was awful.
He'll cry when he comes back.
He will cry when he comes back. But you know what I mean? At some point, you're abusing a man's goodwill.
But he gets a chance to go, boom. He's in a happy place now.
Remember Lampard at Chelsea, though? He came
Didn't
back.
He do all right the second time round?
No, he almost put him in the fucking Championship second time round.
How would we play under Ollie? What would be the team?
It would be Lomans.
Fucking well done.
Dallo, Maguire, Delict, Shaw. Then
Luke Shaw survives.
Luke Shaw survives. Maybe Dorgu actually, counter-attack. And then it'd be Casemiro.
There's no way any arrow is it?
Casemiro and Mainu, 100% as your two. Maybe, yeah, Bruno in front and Burma on the right. Cunha on the left, Sesko up front. But this is the next thing.
Mount as well.
Yeah, he would love Mount, but Mount, Ahmad's not guaranteed to start anymore if we play four at the back. You get Mainu back, but Ahmad's back on the bench. What would you do? Between now and the end of the season, what would you do if you were the board?
What, the team? The 11?
Well, just generally, how do the board? Well, maybe the team as well, but like, what do they do now in the next few days, and how do they set us up for the rest of the season to still be a success?
Do we get the manager in now?
No.
If he's available.
Have we not learned our lesson?
But just because it wouldn't work for Amorim doesn't mean it wouldn't work for someone else.
Potentially.
Um, it depends who it is, obviously. Or what if you just give it to Ali till the end of the season?
Feels nice, doesn't it? It's like
Who?
slipping into a
What?
warm
Rude,
bath.
rude. Wazza.
Wazza. Michael Carrick.
Give it Wazza till the end of the season.
Kaza. He's an actual manager.
So is Wayne Rooney, you little shitbag.
No, I don't mean. I wasn't talking about Rooney. I just mean some of the people we're talking about here haven't managed in ages. Van Nistelrooy.
Roy Keane
Yeah.
really shake shit up.
Yeah, I think that might be a disaster.
uh, hmm.
Or do you go the other way? Do you go for someone like one of the managers who's available, like a Xavi or someone like that, for as an interim
This
caretaker?
is a joke, so don't kill me in the comments. But Gary Neville had a better win ratio than Ruben Amorim.
Yeah, that's a good point. Let's do that.
Imagine Gary
Imagine
Neville
they
be
did.
my
Imagine they brought Neville in.
He's the kind of man that would get along with Ratcliffe.
Yeah, but the only problem is Jamie Carragher would be his assistant. We'd all have to.
Nah, Jamie
that'd
Carragher would be
it.
laying into
He
him on
would.
Sky.
He'd do an overlap version of the Man United job. Can't be. It'd be Man United brought to you by Sky Bet, and I don't want that. Brought to you by Huel. All the players drinking Huel all the time.
So out of everyone we've said,
Yeah.
give it to Ali till the end of the season.
It's not going to be though, is it?
It shouldn't be Darren Fletcher. What if Darren Fletcher's mint?
What if he is mint? Well, it's
What
going to
if
be
he's
him.
Zidane?
It's him for the next game, isn't it? You can't expect to get a
What if
caretaker
we
in,
win the
in a
league
day
with
and a
Darren
half.
Fletcher?
Yeah.
What if?
Is that even possible? Yeah, it is possible.
Yeah,
Isn't it?
it's possible. Darren Fletcher.
If we win every game between now and the end of the season, we still won't win the league.
Because Darren Fletcher is a football genius.
Yeah.
You remember that, right?
Yeah.
Darren Fletcher, football genius. Darren Fletcher, football genius. Darren Fletcher. That's what we're going to be chanting again.
We will be on Wednesday.
But you know what's sad? Normally when you get a manager sacked, right? And this is sad as well. Like oh no, actually it doesn't.
We say it feels right.
Like it feels right. It feels like the next game you go, ooh, like you feel a bit excited for the next game again.
Yeah.
But like, you need someone to just give us all a lift. Because I don't think Darren Fletcher, maybe he does, I don't know. But what I'm saying is Darren Fletcher's too closely linked to those people that are already there.
Yeah.
So the mood at Old Trafford, I'm assuming, is going to be one of frustration against that group of people. Not Darren Fletcher directly, but that group of people, of which he's already one of.
Right.
So
when
like
you say
someone
the mood at Old
else,
Trafford, do you mean from the aboves or do you mean from the fans?
from like at games and stuff,
Right.
we're not going to have that, oh, Ollie's here excitement, singing Solskjaer
No.
song. You know, it's going to be a continuation of the frustration that we've just felt in previous games.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do
You bring
get you,
someone new in,
of a
it's
departure from what we've already had.
Yeah, like bring Ruben Van Nistelrooy or bring me Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Dwight York always wants a job.
That's not how we should be doing this. Who wants a job?
The players would love it if Dwight York was manager. It'd be like
They'd love.
It'd be like Big Ron back in the day.
The Saturday nights would be good. I'm not sure the Saturday afternoons would be any good. That would be my problem.
Who else?
I think that's it. I mean, people spoke about McKenna.
My top 5. Ollie.
Is this just to the end of the season now?
Yeah, to the end of the season.
Okay, go on.
Ollie, Rooney.
Neville.
Not Neville. Ollie, Rooney, Rude, Carrick,
Yeah.
wild card,
Chris Wilder.
Dwight York.
Bloody hell. So you're very much going with the club ties angle for your interim then?
No, just fun. Like I'm gonna have fun at the game angle, and
Banter.
permanent manager options. Ollie, Rooney,
Rooney. Yeah.
Carrick.
And for this one,
Dwight
Dwight
York.
York's been upgraded from wildcard to just full list.
Yeah.
Because he proved himself as the interim, didn't he?
Permanent manager. Let me have a look at my hand.
What you got on there?
Xavi's singing to me.
Okay.
I met the girl, them sing to me. He's singing to me. I don't know why. Why?
Because it's Xavi. One of the best midfielders of all time. And he won the league with Barcelona after they were terrible. It's
Okay, after
clearly
Xavi.
decent.
I don't know any manager. We're
People
fucked.
talking about Nagelsmann. People like, obviously, some of the Premier League lads. Iraola, Glasner, Unai Emery.
How much of Iraola was
Kieran McKenna.
Semenyo? Not Kieran McKenna, lads. I don't know about that.
He's been one of the names mentioned.
Scary, innit? De Zerbi was mentioned.
De Zerbi was another one mentioned, yeah.
You know what it is? No manager like makes me feel like we're going to win the league.
You not see Glasner lifting the Premier League trophy.
I mean, he's already two. He's already won two of the trophies in England with Palace. So I mean, but you just want to feel like you're building towards winning a trophy, title.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what you need.
What?
Just someone to just come in and do their thing, and eventually you go, "Oh fucking hell, we're in a title race."
What, you think Glasnasty's the guy to do that?
Glasner.
The Glasman.
Everything just keeps bringing me back to Dwight York.
No, it can't. You're not listening to the sat nav. You followed the map the wrong way. If everything keeps bringing you back to Dwight
Stop
York,
driving into the canal.
yeah, into the water. I think it can't keep bringing you back to Dwight York. There's a fault somewhere here.
Fuck it, give it Ollie, man. What about Zidane?
Just names now, innit? Just saying shit.
Zidane would get it.
No, he won't get it. Zidane hasn't managed anyone in
He'd be
7 years.
scratching his head like pepping it after fucking 3 weeks.
Yeah. And
Remember
also,
how
Zidane's
dishevelled
only
Ruben
ever
Amorim
managed
looked?
the greatest team of all time. Or certainly one of the top 3 or 4.
We have one of those 11 players. Can he do something with that?
Oh, Casemiro. Yeah, can he rebuild the rest using Casemiro as like the DNA? Do you know when they extract the DNA from a fossil and they make a real dinosaur?
Let's try a thing there. Cesc Fabregas.
No, he's a kid.
No, bring me Cesc Fabregas. I've always loved Cesc Fabregas.
I
And
like
little
Cesc
did I
Fabregas
know,
as a guy.
when I was watching him as an 18-year-old and I hated Arsenal. And I was like, this guy is the fucking bollocks. He's my favourite non-Man United Premier League player ever, right?
Yeah.
And maybe there's been a reason for that. Maybe little Adam knew.
Sorry, is that your penis? Who's little Adam?
That's mini Adam, right?
Oh, sorry, yeah. Diddy Adam. Not Diddy, you know what I mean? Diddy as in small.
Diddy sounds
Sorry.
like something you'd suck on, so we're on to a winner already.
Dinky donut. I like Fabregas, but he's not ready to manage Man United. Come on.
Come on down. Have a go.
All right. Okay.
Have a go.
go. Well, that's what we
Have
are
a
now.
go.
Like a fairground ride.
What if we do this, right? We give it to Ollie and Dwight York to the end of the season.
Yeah.
Teddy and Cole, who hate each other,
Yeah.
come in and they train the keepers and that.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Now we
for
got
them.
the Fab Four back. And
Yeah.
it's class, right? We're singing about 99 every week, even though we're losing games.
Yeah.
Then, while that's happening, Cesc Fabregas, he's just popping over from Como every week. Just having a look at what's going on. All right. Yeah, keeping an eye on things. End of the season, he comes in, takes a job.
And we win
How
everything.
about this one?
Okay, go on. Hit me.
Jurgen Klopp.
No, you keep saying this. It's not happening, is it? Would you have him?
Oh, fucking yes.
Would you? Like Michael Owen all over again.
It'd be better than Dwight York. Dwight
He
York.
might be. To be fair, he might be better manager than Dwight York.
It'd be
Yeah,
better than Michael Owen coming and winning the league at United.
yeah, it would. It'd be way better because Michael Owen, as good as he was for
They love
Liverpool,
him. They'd
didn't
be
win
ruining
the big
murals.
stuff there.
They'd have to change that flag,
The amount of tattoos that would have to be painted over.
paint it over.
Yeah, or lasered off.
Arne Slot would get sacked, and they'd have like Steven Gerrard as manager.
Yeah, that'd be a good laugh. God.
So I got Xavi,
Yeah,
Cesc Fabregas,
yeah,
Jurgen Klopp,
yeah,
Ole Gunnar Solskjaer,
yeah.
and Dwight York. Top five. Next permanent Man
one
United manager.
possible option and four absolute impossibilities. I guess
Which one do you
it's
think is
Xavi then.
impossible?
Which one do I think is impossible?
Yeah, Dwight York.
I think the only ones that are possible
Which is more possible,
Xavi.
right? Dwight York or Jurgen Klopp being Man United man? Which one's more possible?
What kind of logic trap is this that you're trying to get me in here? I think of those two options, either Dwight York or Jurgen Klopp being the next Man United manager, I think it's more possible that it's. I actually don't. I can't even muster a heartbeat in either of these. I think it's probably more possible that it's Dwight York,
No.
but it's zero for both.
Like, it'd be more possible because Jurgen Klopp's actually a good manager.
Yeah, but then it's just zero chance. That's like saying
I
Sir
don't
Alex
think it
Ferguson
is.
managing Liverpool.
No, it's not.
Well, it is for them.
But Arne Slot's gone and won the league. So what he done doesn't even matter anymore.
That's true.
We could sell it to him.
So, me and you.
You know, like, be the heel. Everyone
Yeah.
loves a heel.
Just go for it. Who cares? Burn
Also,
that
imagine
bridge.
how good the games would be. Fuck.
Oh, between us and Liverpool.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, there'd be absolute carnage, wouldn't they? There'd be carnage. Imagine how much abuse he'd get. Pigs' heads on the pitch and all that.
Oh, God. He'd need, like, the Man United team culture would need to be, like, bulletproof.
Yeah, it actually would.
I
It'd
think
be crazy, that.
it'd have to be
Flares,
bulletproof.
fireworks, everything smashing into the side of that. Bricks. Now, that would be quite fun, actually.
And rightly so.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Yeah, right, so.
I
Couldn't
mean,
blame him.
we have entertained this for quite a while. Before we go, do you think this was the right thing to do?
I don't know, Joe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because you were pretty down. I know you weren't saying sack him now, he's terrible, but you've been
I
feeling
like him,
pretty
that's the thing.
crummy last few weeks, haven't you? Let's
I
be
like the
honest.
idea of him.
Yeah.
I like the way he handles himself. I think I'd like to go for a beer with him.
Yeah.
I like him. But most of the things I liked about him weren't based on what I saw on the pitch. You know?
It's not ideal.
And I
is it?
think if we didn't have the backdrop of the potential Will Cox thing drama, would we, like, it still kind of makes sense. But it was his first full season.
We didn't even give
And
him
every
one full
manager-
season.
Every manager deserves time. Maybe you give him to the end of the season. But I don't know if I could see it getting better.
Yeah.
Maybe when those players returned, a little spike, but we also saw the real shitty performances with a lot of those players available.
Yeah.
And you could argue Bruno's the only surprising absentee.
Mm.
You could have, throughout the season, whilst those African players were there, used someone in their positions here and there. Tried to figure out a way for when they're not available. And obviously, that's usually a luxury you're afforded when you're tuning up in games a lot. But
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
like you could see this coming.
Yeah.
It wasn't a surprise to anybody. So I felt like he maybe could have prepared for that a little bit better. But I don't know, I'm a little bit torn, like Natalie and Bruglia.
Nothing's right.
How do you feel, Joe?
Same, really. I see why the results aren't good enough, but I don't think you should sack a manager without giving him a full season. I just don't. I know he's had 12 months, but coming in last season when he did, trying to change it all, having one summer, that's not enough to tell for me.
And we
I think
are
they've sacked him because of
we're
they've sacked
sixth.
him because of falling out with him. And I don't like that. I don't want to get the feeling that the people that run Manchester United are overly emotional and we can take being crap on the pitch, but as soon as someone has a go at one of us, you're done. I'm not saying that you also can't have open rebellion either from players and managers coming out and slagging you off, but I think
No,
you
but
know
when he and again, I thought Amorim. There was one press conference where I think he really nailed it when responding to Amas and Chido Obi reacting to what he said, right?
yeah,
But I thought the press conference that caused them to react was really bad.
yeah,
I just thought that was a real bad look from him. And I
yeah.
did have an initial point with that, but I forgot what it was. What were we talking about? Sorry.
Talking about him reacting to his bosses essentially.
Yeah, and so like my point was that when he had that press conference where he basically chucked the academy under the bus,
Yeah,
that was okay with them.
yeah,
So it is like, oh, you point fingers at us, then go fuck yourself. But you can
yeah.
free will to shit over everyone else.
And also, I don't know, like you look at someone like Jason Wilcox, is that Amorim's boss? I guess it is Amorim's boss, but I don't, the jobs they do, one is, it's like the players. Technically, the manager is the player's boss, but they get paid more than him. They're the ones that put the ball in the back of the net. Same with Wilcox. I don't know how much he gets paid, but I don't assume it's a lot more than Ruben Amorim. And yet, he's his boss. So with football, it's a very sort of muddy area about who's actually whose boss. It's not like when Fergie was here and he was clearly everyone's boss.
Mhm.
Like, I don't know. Should you be able to criticise a little bit? I don't think it's wise necessarily. But then, like I said, I don't want. Glasner said the same at Palace. If he'd have been sacked for that, it would have been seen as madness because of what he's done. So maybe it all just comes back to results in the end. But I don't want to think that our ownership, anytime anything is said about them or anytime anyone looks at them funny, they get overly emotional and throw the baby out with the bathwater. I don't want that to be a trend that continues. But you can't say it was the worst idea in the world because it's not been good enough. But I would have personally given him to the end of
Do
the
you want to
season.
hear? Do you want to hear Daddy Cola's reaction to this all?
Yeah.
He's just been texting me. So yesterday we had a little chat. It was like, "What's happening with Amarim?" I think this was after the press conference, and I said it's all gone to shit. I don't think they're giving him the funds they promised him in January, so he's reacted. We're fucking shit though. And then he said, "I don't get it. He's improving the team, getting rid of all the trash we have, and making a difference. The board need to do one. He's one to hang on to, I think." It's expected
Wow.
that we're not going to be challenging or be in the top four just yet. We're not far off. We have players missing and require more players. It's my dad. I said, I don't know, man. I like him, but results are shocking. Everton, Wolves, West Ham, Bournemouth, all at home, didn't win one. I don't know, but we can't keep getting rid of managers, my dad said. And then he mentioned Liverpool conceding really late. And then today he's just messaged me saying, they shouldn't have sacked him. He'd done what he was brought in for, and that wasn't winning trophies in the first year. He was getting rid of all the deadwood, the toxicity, and he delivered on that. I think we should have given him more time. 12 months is a disgrace. Fuck the Glazers and fucking us. The club's going backwards again. How long are they going to give the next guy?
You know what? I agree with almost every word of that. I think it's a good point.
Yeah,
But
spot on.
we'll see. Right, Adam. It's been a pleasure. It's a tough day.
It hasn't, has it?
It's always a sad day, innit? I think. I'm not. I mean, maybe it's because I'm not trying to get managers.
Because it means we've failed again.
You don't. Yeah, it does. That's what I mean. Yeah, it does. Because it's not fun having to admit that what you tried to do hasn't worked, and then also it's not just one reason why it's not worked. You have to look at everyone at the club again, and you have to reset and go. Actually, these new owners are how much better are they than the Glazers? X, Y, and Z. You have to question everything. Horrible.
What? What will you remember the good times as?
Look.
Just...
Well, for me, I'll always remember pre-season. I'll always remember signing those players.
You know what? Ruben Amorim preseason has been one of my favouriteest preseasons ever.
Yeah, it was great.
It might have been just because of Atlanta, but I don't know.
Potentially. I'll always remember beating Liverpool at Anfield for the first time in 10 years. That was very good.
That was class. We
Can't say
deserved
it
that
wasn't.
as well.
Deserved it.
Leon,
Leon, yeah, of course. One of the greats.
you see what's sad, yeah?
Go on, your turn.
You see what's sad, Joe?
What?
Kobe Mano fucking saved him that day.
Mm,
I think he might have got sacked after Leon, you know.
maybe.
Why didn't they just become best friends that day?
Don't know. Don't know.
So it should have been so different.
Should.
He was supposed to be the one. Oh,
the
you know what's
chosen one.
aged badly?
What?
Remember that
Oh,
thing I did
no.
for Match of the Day?
Oh, I thought you were going to say that we lost, but I seen it.
That's my new phrase, so it's all right.
Okay.
Thanks. Shout out to Danny McBride.
Yeah. What thing did you do for Match of the Day?
Remember the whole Ruben Amorim is here.
Yeah.
Clouds over Old Trafford, and he's the spark. It's gonna bring us back. It's got music on it, so I can't play it on here. But yeah,
I remember at the time. It's a good little piece.
one of the
actually.
favorite. It's one of my favorite things. It's not
Yeah.
up there with Laurie Whitwell's mega piece, but it is one of Adam McKola's best pieces.
No, it was really good. It was really very good. But you maybe get to do a new one when we get Alan Pardew on a free. He'll love all that.
We'll all be there.
Right, let's wrap this up. This is getting crazy. Adam, thank you, as always.
What would your
Absolute
message be
pleasure.
to Ruben Amorim?
Thank you for trying.
Before you go,
Oh.
some pictures have just come out of Amrin.
One sec. We've got some pictures of Amram
It feels a bit uncensored.
smiling. Is this after he's been sacked?
Yeah, literally about a minute ago.
There's some pictures of Amram come out since he's been sacked, looking all chuffed.
I don't know if you want to maybe talk on
So let's get the picture up, and you can give your message to him.
Okay, let me find this picture.
Oh, that can't be today.
Smiling his tits off.
No. That picture.
Go on.
That picture's at Old Trafford in the tunnel before a game. But it's
No,
just
this
been
one.
Oh, what a handsome man.
Absolutely loving life.
You know what? I rate it.
Do you want me to send it to the huddle chat?
You rate it?
You know why? Because fuck Ineos, yeah. Fuck the Glazers. It's another manager chucked under the bus. He's just got a fat payout. Fuck them. He should be happy. What you want him to do? Mope around all upset and that? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I
Like,
get
he's
it.
a young manager.
Yeah.
He might be back. He might come back to Man United. I mean,
He might be his own interim. Actually, you know what? Let's get Amram in till the end of the season.
I mean,
as
he's
interim.
looking quite good right now.
He's not bad. He knows the
Maybe
club.
this is the fresh start he needed.
Premier League proven. He needs a fresh start. Like, why not Ruben Amorim to the end of the season? What's so stupid about that?
Why don't we just get rid of Jason Wilcox? Bring it back.
Yeah.
And
We'll see.
we can give... Because he's on to... Like, he's been promised a job a few times now in this video.
Yeah.
But Dwight York can take Jason Wilcox's job.
Right. We'll have to have a think about that. But certainly, yeah, let's get the first bit rolling.
We
What's your
both played
message
for
to
Blackburn.
Aaron?
Thanks for giving me hope.
Yeah.
Didn't last long, but I enjoyed it while it lasted. Thanks for the pre-season. It was great.
Yeah.
And good luck, brother. See you
Yeah. Good
around.
luck. Good luck, Ruben.
We will see you
I'm
back.
scratching my arm, not crying. Yeah.
Cry.
You're crying.
What
Right.
does this
Wrap it up.
football club do to us, man? It's a fucking joke.
It is.
It's been 12 years, no, 13 years since Sir Alex Ferguson.
Yeah.
Sir Alex Ferguson left us as champions. Bit of a mess, but as champion.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't think it was going to go on like this, did we? It
No.
can't keep going on like this, can it?
It can.